Today I'm here to share a few tips on how to get leads when we first create our own company. For myself, because leads is such an important thing. Leads meaning how do you get customers? How do you get people to know you, your business, and to buy the product or the service that you sell? With no leads means no income. So of course, firstly, whatever you are offering, be it a product or service, has to be value adding to people, and it has to be something that people do need. If not, you can of course create a perceived need, but for the service that I'm selling, which are funeral services, it's something that most people will need in their life sooner or later. And when I first started, it was like to generate the leads, the first thing that I did was to attend a lot of networking events. I would sign up for many free networking events. There were those that were paid as well, and it was a good mixture of them. But for the first year, when I first started Harmony Funeral Care, my business, I had to spend a lot of time networking. And after I networked with people that I actually associate better with during these events, I actually meet them out on a personal basis to get to know them better as a person. And you never know what kind of valuable friendships you might form along the way, and it's marvelous when entrepreneurs meet up with entrepreneurs, because the brain juices get moving, and there could be also very synergistic collaborations that might actually cause you to be better off than you were before when you are just operating alone. And do not be afraid to give out your name cards during networking events. You need to be a little bit more thick-skinned. So for myself, it was particularly difficult because I was doing the death treat, very unconventional, and it's not something that everyone would be receptive to. So for my style, I would let people share more about what they do first before I open up, and I would see their reaction. Some of them are really supportive, very impressed, but some of them, they might not be so keen, because after all, death is not a topic everyone is okay to talk about, and it's pretty morbid. But nonetheless, my purpose for the networking event was to create awareness, to give myself exposure, and to let people know that Harmony Funeral Care is a brand out there, it's a funeral company. So that's point number one. Okay, go and network and be thick-skinned about it. Of course, remember to bring your name cards. Name cards are very important as well, because even though a lot of us use digital name cards now, I still prefer the physical one. It works even better for my own industry, because people you deal with come from all walks of life and all ages, so not everyone is as tech savvy as you think. And with a physical card, it serves as a constant reminder as well of this particular person or company that you have come into contact with. The second thing that I did was to make use of social media, which is free. So back then, Instagram was not so in. Facebook was the thing, and a lot of people 6 years ago were not very receptive to posting death-related stuff online. But I posted because I wanted people to understand the trade better. I wanted them to know how being in my life as a funeral director really is, the odd hours, the interesting things that happen in like my course of work. So that's how I slowly posted the Facebook stories or Facebook posts online about death, and that's also how people got to know about the company, and the fact that like I am working in this trade. And as time passes by, with each year, of course, people are more willing to trust in your brand because it's becoming more and more established, and they know that you are in it not just for fun, but you're serious about it. You take your vocation seriously, and you are doing this in the long run. The third thing that I did was to approach different organizations to see if they were keen to allow me to have a talk or sharing session about funeral related issues or pre-planning. So for example, I would give talks on advanced medical directives, lasting power of attorney back then, and I would even sponsor like food for the event after that. So there were also obviously some cost outlay, but at the end of the day, I remind myself that I am doing myself a service and doing people a service by sharing with them the knowledge that I have in my trade, sharing with them how important it is to get these affairs done in place before anything happens, before it is too late. And I think this really helped me to keep going forward. Results were not immediate, and you can't expect results to be immediate anyway, but they were slowly coming in. I think within the first year, I had my first sale, second sale, and then it became families referring other families to me. Always remember that people look at you as a brand. You're representing your brand, so how you carry yourself is very important. How you speak, your actions, things that you share, things that you say, it's very important, and it's especially helpful for yourself also if you happen to meet any crisis in your business or in your life. If you have been living your life properly for the past few years, when a major incident happened, it could be a slip up or an accident, people will still continue to trust and believe in you and the brand, because they know that we are all humans and it is inevitable that we make mistakes, like it or not. There are bound to be times where we make mistakes or other people make mistakes, and it leads to us having to bear the consequences. But it's also during these tough times that it shapes our character, molds our character, and it's important to persevere even during these tough times, because you never know whatever God gives and allows to happen. You have to trust and believe that it is for a reason, and there's always something good that will turn out of it, always something to take away from it. There's always a lesson learned, and you can choose to mock about it, be sad about it, but nothing good's going to come out of it. You still have to rely on yourself, on your friends, on God to come out of it stronger, better. Always have faith and believe in yourself. This is just like a small prep talk, like a small sidetrack. My point is that you are the living ambassador of your very own brand, especially if you're an entrepreneur and you're building your own company. Always remember that your words and actions carry weight. How you carry yourself, how you speak, what you do matters, and always remember to present yourself in the best possible light with the best of intentions. I think you wouldn't go very far, you wouldn't stray very far, but branding is very important. How you brand yourself, just be as genuine and truthful as you can be. People will sense it, people will know it and sense your sincerity, and I think that's where people believe in you, buy into you. When people believe in you and trust in you as a person, that's where they also trust in the brand that you are representing. So personal branding is equally important as corporate branding. Always remember that you need to spend some thought into it. It is also helpful in times of crisis, where let's say you have a slip up, an accident or slip up incident, either at work or personal, be it your very own fault or the fault of someone else's, but you have to bear it because you're the owner, and we have to bear it. So during times of crisis, how you lead your life on a normal day-to-day basis is very important, because that's how people will judge and how people will see things. If you have been living your life prim and proper, you have been doing your best, serving the community, and there's this unfortunate incident that happened, people will still continue to be supportive, to believe in you, to even encourage you to persevere on, because they know that we are humans and mistakes are made, inevitably once in a while. We all tend to err even when we don't want to, and that's only human. And being truthful about it, being honest and sincere about it will really help you to go a long, long way. So this is the end of my few tips that you might hopefully find helpful in how I generate leads for myself when I first started my company. This is how I generated leads for myself. I hope you find this information useful and it can be applicable to your own life if you're starting up your own business as well. Do not forget that the small things matter. How you do small things says a lot about how you're going to do bigger things. If you find this information useful to you, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.